Good evening, motherfuckers. Shit. Y'all motherfuckers know who the fuck he be. It's goddamn Mr motherfucking McNasty. And y'all know what time it is. It's 10 o'clock. Time for y'all motherfuckers to watch another episode of Talkin Nasty. That's right. Now what we talking about tonight? Shit. We still on the subject of motherfucking gender. Because that's a hot ass topic right now. But tonight, we gonna delve deeper into the whole subject of gender. And we're gonna talk about transgender. That's right, transgender. We gonna get right on into it. I got my tabs up. I'm ready to do my research as we go ahead. Y'all gonna learn what I learn when I learn. Y'all motherfuckers, y'all sit tight and we gonna learn some shit together. Cause that's how we can bridge this gap and this desire to hate one another over some dumbass shit. Personally, you know what I'm saying, I got my own thoughts on the subject. But we gonna talk about this shit like some motherfucking adults. We gonna address the issues that need to be addressed. I'm gonna give my opinion and my thoughts on things. Now remember, motherfuckers, I don't wanna hear nobody talking no goddamn shit cause I got a motherfucking opinion about it, damn it. I'm allowed to have my own motherfucking opinion on things. And that's just the way it's gonna be. If y'all motherfuckers can't stand it, well guess what you can do? You can turn off the goddamn channel and get your ass on up out of here. Alright? Now, let's get on into this whole thing. First things first, motherfuckers. You know what we gonna do? We gonna go on ahead now and shit. We gonna find out exactly what transgender is. Alright? Now, sex versus gender. In order to understand what transgender really means, it's necessary to know the difference between sex and gender. Now, I want y'all to know what website I'm on. Alright? I'm on LGBT Hero for a happier, healthier community. And that's what they say. They say this is for a happier, healthier community. So I came here so I can understand what they're doing to make this a happier and healthier community. So let us find out what LGBT Hero says. Sex is a combination of our features such as chromosomes, hormone production, fat distribution, genitals, hair growth, and more. When a person is born, they are usually assigned. See, right there, I don't like that motherfucking word. Assigned, male or female, based on these characteristics. How you assign that shit? Your wording is wrong. You are born with a penis, you're a man. If you're born with a vagina, you're a woman. Or a little boy or a little girl, however the fuck y'all want to look at that shit. You aren't assigned the goddamn shit. The shit's attached to your body. Shit. Why don't y'all change that usually assigned shit and say you are usually identified as, not assigned. Because that's what the fuck you are. Shit. Goddamn. When somebody falls outside this sex binary, male and female, they are referred to as intersex. Let me ask y'all motherfuckers a goddamn question. When y'all was children, and you didn't have the influence of television, you didn't have TV and internet and shit in your face, you popped out your mom's pussy and shit, crying about the fact that it's no longer warm and you gotta breathe and shit. It's cold, you're naked. Somebody hands you to this woman. You don't know she's a woman. You have no idea. All you know is there's something looking at you. You was in darkness all this time. You mean to tell me at that age, you were going to tell me that you are thinking about the little penis or vagina between your motherfucking legs? God damn it, no the fuck you not. Shit. Let's get that shit straight right there. You can't fall outside of a binary that you don't understand when you're motherfucking born. There's just no possible way in the world. Shit. Only thing a baby's thinking about when they motherfucking born is when am I gonna eat and when am I gonna go to sleep. And why the fuck is this motherfucker over here in this white coat smacking me? And why is he wearing a motherfucking mask? Did I fart or some shit? God damn. I highly doubt babies is born thinking about what the fuck sex they are. But I digress. Let me continue on reading, because this is bringing us back to the basics. Okay? Back to the motherfucking basics. Gender is often expressed in terms of masculinity and femininity. Gender is largely culturally determined and is assumed from the sex assigned, there goes that motherfucking word again, as if it's being forced on you at birth. The gender binary has been socially constructed based on the sex binary, i.e. man and woman. Anyone who identifies outside of this binary is referred to as non-binary. The gender unicorn. I mean, look, they got a nice little unicorn here. Shit got a little DNA thing down where his Johnson should be, or her Johnson, or its Johnson, or they's Johnson. How the fuck they relate to this shit? It's a purple thing. Got two hearts. One of them's red and orange and shit. It's thinking about rainbows. Now, according to this diagram here, first thing says gender identity. And it's got some arrows pointing to the right-hand side. Top one says female, woman, or girl. Next one says man, male, or boy. Another one says other genders. Gender expression, feminine, masculine, or other. Sex assigned at birth, female, male, or other. Now, I don't know about y'all. I don't know about y'all regular non-transgender people who don't understand all this. And this is what we trying to do here, transgenders. We're trying to understand this shit. Alright, so give me a chance to understand it before y'all jump down my throat. I don't need you jumping down my throat trying to tell me I'm some kind of motherfucking hating person. I don't hate y'all motherfuckers. I don't hate y'all at all. Do what you want to do. But don't confuse definitions and shit and try to rewrite things to fit your agenda. That's just not going to make sense to other people. You're tricking small children, unfortunately, and I'm going to say it. And children are growing up reading the things that they read. And you can say, that's not right, you shouldn't say that. Well, I'm going to point out a lot of other people that change history and write things the way they want them to be represented so that they can get their agenda pushed the way they want it to. History, for instance, doesn't talk a lot about the things that it should talk about. You study American history as a child in school, you learn that America's this wonderful place, and pilgrims came here, and it's Thanksgiving, and all this niceness. You get to college, and that history changes. You hear about shit like how they fucked up Hawaii, and the things they did to the Spanish during the Spanish-American War, and the fucking shit they did to the Filipinos when they was taking the Philippines from the Spanish. Some terrible shit. You understand what I'm saying? But history is written to serve an agenda, and that agenda is usually one that they don't want you to look too much deep into. They want you to see what they want you to see, and once you've been indoctrinated into their shit, well, they already got you by the balls. Or by your labia majoras. However y'all want to look at it. Anyway, here we go. Now, the female, which is represented by the orange thing, says physically attracted to women, men, or other genders. Now, emotionally attracted, there's a red heart. It says women, men, or other genders. Now, you see what I'm saying here? There's a lot of shit that they putting up in here. Now, gender identity versus gender expression. Gender identity is an individual's internal innate sense of their gender, essentially how someone feels inside. Gender expression is more external. It is usually shown through style, appearance, or behavior. Gender expression does not have to align with gender identity, and it can change. Important things to remember. Trans men do not owe anyone masculinity. Trans women do not owe anyone femininity. Got all tongue-tied and shit. Non-binary people do not owe anyone androgyny. That's interesting. That's very interesting. Now they're going to tell us what transgender means. Now, this is a site. This is a site here now. This is for the transgenders. And they're trying to help us to understand it. But I'm going to be 100% honest with you. Even after I'm reading this, I'm a little bit more confused than I was before I read this shit. It's like everything's going this way, that way, and the other way, and somewhere they're missing the actual point of what all this is. It's like too many interlocking parts and shit. Anyway, gender identity versus gender expression. Gender identity is an individual's internal. I already read that shit. Let me move on. God damn. What does transgender mean? It is an umbrella term to describe people whose gender is not the same as or does not sit comfortably with the sex that they were born with. I'm not saying assign no more because this assigned shit sounds like somebody just said, oh, you're male because I said so. You're born with a goddamn penis, motherfucker. Shit. What the fuck else do you think the motherfucker's gonna tell you are when you're motherfucking born? Shit, when your parents look at you, I'm pretty sure they're like, oh, we got a little boy. Shit, he got a penis and some goddamn balls. Motherfucker, goddamn, y'all take this shit so goddamn serious and get mad. Why you mad, motherfucker? Shit. When motherfucker looks at me and says, oh shit, he's black, I ain't gonna be like, oh goddamn it, motherfucker, I ain't black. Shit. I'm a whole bunch of other shit that you don't know about. No, you see what you see, motherfucker. Now, if I want to divulge such information ahead of time, before you open your mouth and say, hey, hold up now, motherfucker. Before you say I'm a black motherfucker, I'm such and such and such and such and such and such. And I don't identify as this because I don't. You gonna be looking at me like, well, goddamn, motherfucker, you look black. Shit, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend you. I just saw what I saw. And that's where it goes. The fuck you gonna tell me shit? That's like me one day saying, hey, you know what? I was born brown skin. But deep down in my heart, I don't feel I'm brown. Shit. I'm Asian. Actually, I was born, my soul was born in the mountains of Tibet. Tibetan monk. Shit. I'm gonna go and tell all my people that I don't want to be black no more. I'm a Tibetan trapped in a black man's body. Y'all gonna look at me like I got some kind of mental fucking problem. Aren't you? Of course you are, because you're gonna say, that's not possible. You couldn't have possibly been born a Tibetan trapped in a black man's body. And why the fuck not? Why can't I? Tell me why I can't. It's how I identify. I identify as a Tibetan monk. Therefore, from now on, when I mark down shit on race, it's going to be Tibetan. And every time a motherfucker says, hey, this is a black man, I'm going to get mad. And I'm going to want to throw my hands in the air and have temper tantrums and shit. I'm not a black man, I'm a Tibetan. But you look black. Oh, I don't care what I look like. It's your problem. Because you don't see what's in my mind. Well, how am I supposed to see what's in your mind, motherfucker? You're not. Because you don't read minds. And that's what I'm trying to get y'all motherfuckers to understand. God damn it, don't nobody read no motherfucking mind. Shit. Anyway, let me get back to this goddamn definition of shit. The sex they was born with. From the Latin word trans meaning across. It literally means across gender. The term cisgender comes from the Latin word meaning the same side. Meaning someone whose gender is the same as the sex they were assigned at birth. Or how about I'm just a man. I was born a man, I feel like a man, I identify as a man, therefore I'm a man. I ain't no cisgender. I don't know why y'all... Here you go again, creating labels and shit. The fuck going on with these labels? The label we got is fine as it is. We don't need no more. Shit. Important things to remember. Here we go now. Now this is coming from one of their websites, folks. So we are trying to understand this shit. Trans people may describe themselves using one or more of a wide variety of terms, including, but not limited to, transgender, non-binary, or genderqueer. Not everyone will identify as a man or woman. Being trans does not mean that you are the opposite gender. Some trans people identify outside of the gender binary, i.e. non-binary. Trans identities are diverse and identify in lots of different ways. That is why it is an umbrella term. Now let me see. You know, I'm thinking of it like this, right? The transgender used to mean transgender. I mean, you went from one gender to the next. Now they've created and made it into a term which makes no sense to me. I'm confused. So, my understanding, and if I have this right, please somebody tell me in the comments below. Transgender now means that, let's say I feel like I'm a two-spirit, whatever. I don't have the list open on me no more. I close that shit. It's giving me a headache. Head was spinning around. It's terrible. Anyway, but let's just say I'm a two-spirit such and such. Does that mean that I can transition to said gender? Right? Can I cross into this gender? Is there gender reassignment surgery for this gender? Let me understand that. And if somebody can get back to me on that, how I could become a two-spirit dragon or something, let me know. Anyway, let's go back on. Trans identities are diverse in ways and blah, blah, blah. Now, here we go. Language is important. Respect the terms with which someone chooses to identify. Now, here's the thing, folks. Now, I'm not trying to disrespect y'all. I ain't trying to disrespect nobody but those I disrespect. And if I disrespect you, I mean to. I ain't doing nothing by accident. But I am going to ask y'all motherfuckers a question. Straight up. You know what I'm saying? Goddamn. If I don't know how you choose to identify, and I see you as what I identify, as a male, and I say, hey, sir, in a polite and nice manner, should you get upset with me and start yelling and screaming, tell I'm not a man, I don't identify as such, and flipping out and shit? Or should you simply say, hey, excuse me, sir, and be respectful? You want us to respect your terms. You want us to respect your labels and your language. I don't want to be called no goddamn cisgender. All right? I'm a man. So when you address me, it's he, him, sir, or motherfucker. You don't have to respect me that much. Just make sure you call me what I am. Don't give me some label that y'all have created that I don't understand. I don't want to hear that shit. Now, if I know that you don't identify, let's say we had a conversation one day. We out here talking. I'm talking about, oh, all these motherfuckers is crazy as shit. Running up in buildings, shooting shit up and shit. And you say, yeah, that is a terrible thing. You're talking like a man. You're acting like a man. As far as I know, you're a man. But you say to me, hey, hold up, Mr. McNasty. I'm like, yeah, what's going on, motherfucker? Shit. You say, you know what, Mr. McNasty, you a cool dude. Thank you. You a cool dude as well. Hold on, sir. Oh, did I say something that offends you? Yes, actually you did. What is it? You called me a dude. Well, you look like a dude to me. You're not a dude? No, I'm not a dude. And I would appreciate in the future if you could not call me a dude. All right, well, what should I call you? And then you can tell me whatever motherfucking label you want to tell me. Now, if we come in contact with each other on a regular basis, I respect that. I respect it. I won't understand it, but I respect it. I'm not going to look into why you want to be called all this shit, but I'll call you that just because that's what you asked me to do. That's like if your name is John and I'm calling you JJ. I don't want to call you JJ if your name is John. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't want to call you a man if you in fact don't feel like a motherfucking man. But don't be jumping down my motherfucking throat because I don't know what the fuck your ass identify as because I don't fucking know you. You understand what I'm saying? Shit. Not every trans person will want to transition. Being trans is not new or a trend. Trans people have always been around, and there are countless examples of trans people throughout history. And that's true. I'll give them that one. That is true. That's very true. Joan of Arc, I'm sure, did not identify as a normal woman, especially for what the gender roles in that time period specified. That woman was out there swinging swords and chopping off heads and shit, leading armies. That's not what women did back then. So one could say that Joan of Arc is transgender. But did she run around having to slap people around and say, God damn it, when you refer to me, you refer to me as motherfucking whatever the fuck I want to be referred to as. In fact, they probably did whatever the fuck she said so she didn't chop their goddamn head off. But what I am saying is that throughout history, no matter what this woman did, and there are pictures of her looking kind of manly. Short hair, sword and armor, strapped up, ready to go chop down shit and fight. But they still refer to her as woman because that's what she looked like. Now let's move on. Now that we've gotten their take on transgender, I'm going to close their side. Now remember, that's LGBT hero. Now let's go to Plume. Now y'all probably like, what's Plume? Plume provides gender-affirming care directly from your smartphone. All experienced healthcare providers understand the unique needs of the trans community. Membership with Plume includes everything you need to start, continue, and maintain your gender-affirming hormone treatment. We know everyone has different goals for their transition, and we are here to help you navigate your journey. Now, these are for those who want to transition from male to female, or vice versa. Lifelong. Now that brings me to the meat and potatoes of what we are here to talk about. Is a trans man really a man? And is a trans woman really a woman? Now, I'm going to bring up some examples of real people in my life. Close people, people that are close to me. The first one I'm going to talk about is my daughter. That's right, I'm going to bring it up. Now, I had a daughter back in the day. You know, she's a young girl. She grew up around me all the time. She's up under me most of the day, almost every day. She was a little bit like, well, I guess what you could call a tomboy. She played with boys' toys. She fought with boys. She didn't play with dolls and shit like that. She didn't identify in her normal role of gender. And I didn't see anything wrong with that. My daughter wanted to do what my daughter wanted to do. As a child, that's how she did. She played like kids play. She did what kids did. Now, there was a couple of times she said to me she wanted to be a boy. I said, why do you want to be a boy, young lady? Shit. Because boys get to do this, and boys get to do that, and girls have to do this, and girls have to do that. I said a girl can do whatever the fuck she wants. You can do, you want to go out and drive a truck, go on ahead. You want to be a soldier in the army, you can do that too. Shit, girl, I don't give a fuck what you do. You still my daughter. I love you no matter what. Now, my daughter is older now, and she's still my daughter, if you understand what I'm saying. She didn't change sexes. She didn't feel that she was born trapped in a girl's body because she liked to do things that boys like to do. She grew up around a lot of boys. It's common for girls who grow up around a lot of boys to take on some of the tendencies of boys. Doesn't make her any less a female or a woman just because she likes to do things that boys like to do. So for y'all young women and young men out there that like to do things that the opposite sex is said to, is the rule of law and the rule of thumb, just because you like to do girly things doesn't make you a girl. And if anybody's telling you that, then you know what, there's something wrong with them. They're confusing you. They're confusing you. You don't have to do male things to be a male. You're born that way. You know? Now, let's move on. Let's move on. Now, let's look at this other thing here, which is the dictionary definition of transgender. Denoting or relating to a person whose gender identity does not correspond with the sex registered for them at birth. Now, I like registered. That makes sense because they're logging in what you are born. Now, human rights campaign. Oh, shit. Human rights, as if trans people aren't human. They're very much human. I would say that they're human as fuck. They're just humans that have some issues that we need to understand. We need to understand why someone would want to mutilate themselves to become something that they are not born as. Is there some underlying problem? Because I just don't believe deep down in my heart that a man can be born trapped in a woman's body or a woman trapped in a man's body. It's in your head. And this has all been proven. It's in your head. It's obviously in your head. It's a mental affliction. And then you change your body to fit your mind. Nature knows. DNA knows. Your chromosomes know. Now, like I said, the question of, is a trans woman a woman and is a trans man a man? The answer to that question is a simple no. A trans woman is not woman. Why do I say this? Oh my God, y'all gonna come after me now. Shit, and I don't give a goddamn. I'm telling y'all the basic true facts. Biologically, science and nature says that you are simply a man that has cut off his penis and had a vagina surgically implanted upon himself. You'll have to take estrogen for the rest of your life. You'll have to undergo procedures and things in case the vagina that you had put on you decides to close up and heal itself because it's considered an open wound. A real woman's vagina ain't gonna close up on itself because it's supposed to be there. You understand what I'm saying? A real woman has a period until she goes through menopause. A real woman's body naturally produces estrogen. A real woman can give birth. Now, I'm not saying you can't identify as a woman, but you're not a real woman. You understand what I'm saying? And y'all can get mad all you want to, but you're not. Your bone structure is different. Your skeletal structure is different. Your brain is different. All these things are biological, science, fact. These are things that you can dig up bones from 1,000 years ago, and you can tell that it was a woman because of the hips or the ribs, like baby backs. Taste that. But that's not what we're talking about. Understanding trans people. The basics. National Center for Transgender Equality. Now, here's another thing. Equality. It's a word that I don't like thrown around. If you're walking around and you've transitioned from a man to a woman, and nobody knows this because maybe you moved away to a new place so you can start your life over new. And you walk in and you say, hey, my name is Cheryl Johnson. I'm a female from such and such a place. Nobody's going to have any reason to believe that you're anything else but what you are, what you state. If you are in fact physically looking as a woman, most will address you as such. So where is the lack of equality? Oh, I know why. Because you run around and you're saying, hey, look at me. Look at me. I'm a man that don't want to be a man no more. Now I want to be a woman. And I want y'all to treat me as such, even though I'm not that yet. But I want the rights of a woman before I become one. That don't make no sense. You know, as a black man, I can't walk out and turn the black off. I can't do that. So if I go to a place where it is known that black people may not be liked, let's just make up a scenario here. A completely fictional one here, right? Let's say there's a town. Black people ain't allowed in it. Not allowed. I can't turn my skin off and walk up in there. Of course not. It's just not gonna work now, is it? Of course not. But let's say there's a place that doesn't allow women. Now, as a woman, I could dress as a man, right? Unless, of course, they patting down looking for Johnsons, which they, let's say, ain't doing. There's nothing that's stopping me from masquerading as whatever sex I choose to present myself as. Therefore, no one can just discriminate against me based on my physical appearance. You understand what I'm saying? I think you understand what I'm saying. Now, understanding what it is like to be transgender can be hard, especially if you've never met a transgender person. I've met many transgender people. In fact, I think some of them are quite nice. Most of them just want to live their life in peace and happiness. Then you have others who are using that platform to just be assholes. That's all I can say. Assholes. It's ridiculous. Now, I don't want to overrun my time. But I do want to set us up for next week's episode. In next week's episode, what we are going to discuss is still going to be about transgender. But we're going to get into gender reassignment. And for that particular topic, I've done some research. We're going to talk about transgender and gender reassignment when it relates to children. And I'm going to tell you right now why I think it's wrong. That there are parents out there whose child comes up to them and might say, hey, I want to be a little girl. And they say, really? And this child, not even old enough to understand what sex is, they say, well, little Johnny or little Jenny, we're going to sign you up for some surgery. We're going to cut off whatever it is you got, and we're going to change it. Before you even have a chance to understand what the fuck you are, we're going to change all that shit for you right now. It's wrong. And I'm going to tell you why it's wrong. Now, I want y'all to understand something. In no way, shape, form, or fashion do I believe in the abuse of children or minors. I think it's a sick, disgusting thing. But there are laws, and rightfully so, protecting underage kids from sexual predators. Right? Most states, a child at the age of 16 can only have sexual intercourse with somebody if they have their parents' consent. In some cases, they can't have sex until they're 18 years old. Right? Of course not. And why is this? Because these children don't understand what they're getting themselves into sexually. They may bring children into this world. That's what the law states. I ain't making this up. That's what they state. There's the reasons why a 17-year-old or an 18-year-old having sex with a 15-year-old is considered illegal and statutory rape. Because she don't understand. Or he don't understand. That's why teachers are going to jail for having sex with their students. Because they don't understand. So how the fuck does a child younger than that understand that they want to change their sex completely? They don't. And you goddamn parents that are mutilating your motherfucking kids ought to be a fucking ashamed of your goddamn selves. But we gonna get into that in depth next Saturday at 10 o'clock. I want to thank y'all motherfuckers for checking in once again to Talkin Nasty. Y'all have a goddamn good motherfucking Saturday, bitches.